Imagine waking up each morning without dreading that first step out of bed. Instead of wincing at the stab of knee pain, you feel steady, strong, and ready to move. It sounds almost too good to be true, right? But I've seen firsthand how this transformation is possible, even for people in their late 70s and beyond. Let me share a story about Sylvia, a spirited 83-year-old who used to spend her afternoons looking longingly out her living room window. She'd watch her neighbors take brisk walks and play with their grandchildren, all the while feeling trapped by the throbbing ache in her knees. Sylvia believed her pain was just a part of growing older, until she discovered a simple but surprising secret that changed everything. Within a few short months, she was outside every morning, strolling with confidence. The greatest reward, she told me, was seeing her granddaughter's face light up when she asked, "Grandma, can we keep walking together?" And knowing the answer could finally be yes. Knee pain is a pressing concern for so many seniors. It's more than just discomfort. It can be a thief of cherished experiences. If you've ever avoided a family gathering because you weren't sure you could keep up or felt anxious just imagining a set of stairs, you know how limiting it can be. And the stakes are high. Untreated or misunderstood knee pain often leads to reduced mobility, compromised balance, and even loneliness, as people withdraw from the world to avoid embarrassment or further pain. The overlooked truth is that many seniors accept this decline as normal, missing out on a life that could be vibrant and active. The good news is that there's hope. By the end of this conversation, you'll learn 6 powerful strategies for reclaiming strong, pain-free knees. These strategies aren't about gritting your teeth through endless exercises or popping pills around the clock. They're rooted in fresh perspectives and surprising insights that most people haven't even heard of. If you stay with me to the final point, you'll discover a method so often ignored, even by well-meaning doctors, that it can dramatically shift your knee health within weeks. Just imagine how it would feel to walk through the park, stand in the kitchen cooking a holiday meal, or simply get out of a chair without the constant worry of pain. I'm not sharing hearsay or guesswork here. Forward-thinking specialists are starting to recognize these strategies, and seniors around the country are seeing undeniable results. Whether your knees ache from past injuries, arthritis, or just ordinary aging, the insights you're about to discover can offer genuine relief and a renewed sense of independence. Before we dive in, I'd like to invite you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you haven't already. That way you won't miss any upcoming videos packed with senior-focused, life-changing advice. And if at any point something resonates with you or you have a question, please leave a comment below. It helps me understand what's most valuable to you, and it might just help someone else reading your feedback. With that said, let's get right into these 6 key points that can open the door to a more active, fulfilling life, free from the constant burden of knee pain. Number 1, rethinking rest. Most seniors have been told their entire lives that when your knees hurt, the best thing to do is rest. It sounds logical, doesn't it? Painful knees need a break. The problem is that too much rest can actually worsen the issue. Our bodies are designed to move, and when you stop moving your knees, the muscles that support your joints begin to weaken. That's when the vicious cycle starts. You rest because you're in pain, your muscles get weaker, and your knees hurt even more. Many people believe the misconception that rest is always the safest choice. Take Frank, 78, who was once an avid gardener. When his knees started bothering him, he decided to give up his daily strolls around the neighborhood and cut back on his time tending flowers. He thought that limiting his movements would help his knees recover. But over the course of a year, Frank noticed his pain levels actually increased. Tasks like climbing the few steps to his back patio or kneeling down to check his tomato plants became agonizing. He felt betrayed by his body and by the advice that told him to take it easy. The surprising truth is that moderate, well-chosen activities can nourish your knee joints. Movement increases blood flow and nutrients, lubricates the joints, and helps build or maintain the muscles that act like shock absorbers around the knees. The key is to choose activities that don't overstress your joints. Something as simple as gentle daily stretching can make a world of difference. If you like walking, try shorter, more frequent walks instead of a single long trek. Or explore pool exercises. The buoyancy of the water reduces stress on your knees while still giving those muscles the workout they need. Here's an actionable step. The next time your knees feel stiff or sore, instead of spending the entire day on the couch, stand up every hour and gently bend your knees 5 to 10 times. It might seem too simple, but this small movement pumps blood and lubrication into the joint. Over time, you'll notice less stiffness when you go from sitting to standing. And the emotional benefit? You'll start regaining trust in your body. Instead of feeling fragile, you'll feel resilient, capable, and more in control of your pain. Number 2, the myth of inevitable arthritis. You've probably heard people say, arthritis is just part of aging, as if there's no way around it. That's the bold statement. Most of us have been led to believe arthritis in your knees is an unavoidable fate after 65. But is that really true? In reality, while some level of joint wear is common, not everyone will develop painful arthritis. And even if you do, there are ways to manage and significantly reduce the discomfort. A common misconception is that if you have any sign of arthritis on an X-ray or scan, it guarantees you'll suffer from severe knee pain. But consider Clara, 76. 10 years ago, her doctor showed her scans indicating moderate arthritis in both knees. Clara was devastated. She pictured her mobility steadily declining each year. She worried she'd have to give up her favorite activity, dancing at her church's social gatherings. At first, she tried ignoring the pain, but it gradually got worse. Then she switched to an approach that combined gentle movement, an anti-inflammatory diet, and targeted knee exercises. And guess what? Clara still goes dancing once a month, pain-free most days, despite what the scan said. The surprising insight here is that arthritis doesn't have to dictate your life. Studies hint that people can have significant signs of arthritis, but report minimal to no knee pain if they keep the joint well maintained. That means staying active, focusing on foods that help reduce inflammation, like leafy greens, berries, and fatty fish, and doing exercises that strengthen the muscles around your knees. One practical step you can take is to add more anti-inflammatory ingredients to your meals. For example, try sprinkling turmeric into your soup or adding a pinch of ginger to your tea. These natural spices can help calm inflammation in your body, including your joints. Over time, you may notice your knees feel more limber or less swollen. And emotionally, you'll feel empowered. Instead of resigning yourself to a bad knee fate, you'll discover you have more control than you ever imagined. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you do so now and turn on the notification bell. Your engagement helps ensure this information reaches more people who need it. Let's keep going. Number 3, feed your joints, not just your body. Conventional wisdom says a balanced diet is enough for healthy aging. While that's partly true, there's a lesser-known angle. Your knee joints need specific types of nutrients to thrive. Think of your knees like the hinges on a well-used door. If you never oil those hinges, they'll squeak and grind, wearing out faster. Your body's natural joint oil comes from nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and collagen-building amino acids. Yet many seniors barely get enough of these crucial elements. It's a misconception to assume that taking a general multivitamin covers all your bases. Even healthy eaters often fall short on targeted joint nutrients. Take Ed, 82, who prided himself on never touching junk food. He stuck to home-cooked meals loaded with vegetables, avoiding sweets and fried foods. Yet his knees constantly ached. He was shocked to find out, through routine blood work, that he had low vitamin D levels, a common issue for seniors, since our skin becomes less efficient at synthesizing vitamin D from sunlight as we age. Ed's doctor suggested supplements and a knee-friendly exercise regimen. Within weeks, Ed noticed he could stand longer without pain and found renewed energy to tinker in his garage. The surprising truth? Sometimes a single nutrient deficiency can exacerbate knee problems. Magnesium, for example, helps your muscles relax and recover, reducing stress on the joint. Vitamin C is essential for collagen production, which helps maintain the integrity of cartilage. By making sure your body has what it needs to oil the hinges, you can experience less stiffness and fewer aches. So how can you practically apply this? Start by getting a baseline understanding of where you stand. Talk to a healthcare provider about checking your levels of vitamin D, vitamin B12, and other key markers. Consider adding fatty fish like salmon to your diet a few times a week, or sprinkle chia seeds on your yogurt for a quick omega-3 boost. If you're not a fan of fish, there are fish oil or algae-based supplements that can help. Pay attention to any differences in how your knees feel after a few weeks. The emotional payoff is huge. There's something deeply satisfying about knowing you're giving your body the very building blocks it needs to heal and stay strong. Instead of feeling like a victim of your knees, you become an active participant in your own well-being. Number 4, rediscovering stability through muscle balance. One of the most overlooked truths about knee health is how much it depends on the muscles above and below the joint. Many of us focus on the pain at the knee itself, but we miss the root issue. Imbalanced or weak muscles in the hips, thighs, or calves can cause strain that lands right in the knee. It's like trying to hold up a tent when one of the poles is missing or unstable. The misconception is that knee issues are all about the knee alone. But let's consider Marjorie, 77, who struggled with knee instability that made her afraid to walk on uneven ground, like her garden or local park trails. She tried knee braces and pain creams but never saw lasting improvement. A physical therapist finally identified the real culprit. Her thigh muscles were significantly weaker on one side due to an old hip injury. By focusing on gentle exercises to even out the strength in her legs, Marjorie found her knees felt less wobbly, and she regained the confidence to venture back outdoors. The surprising insight? Sometimes a small imbalance above or below the knee can create big problems. Strengthening and aligning these supportive muscles can often bring rapid relief. A memorable slogan to keep in mind: train the chain, not just the joint. Your legs work as a system, and each link in that chain, your hips, your thighs, your calves, contributes to knee health. Here's a simple exercise to test your muscle balance at home. Sit on a sturdy chair and try to stand up using only one leg. Hold on to something stable for support if you need to. Notice if one side is dramatically weaker or more painful than the other. If it is, incorporate gentle strengthening exercises for your quadriceps or hamstrings. Over time, balancing your muscle strength can reduce the strain on your knees. Imagine the emotional relief of stepping off a curb without the nagging worry of your knee giving out. That's the peace of mind that comes with a stable, balanced body. If this content is helping you, please take a moment to comment 4 below to let me know you've made it this far. And remember, subscribing and clicking the notification bell ensures you never miss helpful insights like these. I appreciate your support and look forward to hearing how you're applying these tips in your daily life. Number 5, the surprising power of active recovery. We tend to view recovery as lying still until the pain subsides, but there's a concept called active recovery that can be a game changer for seniors dealing with knee pain. It's the idea that gentle movement, stretches, and low-impact activities can actually accelerate healing more effectively than complete rest. Think of your knee like a river. It needs a steady flow of nutrients and circulation to stay clean and healthy. When you remain motionless for too long, it's like letting debris build up in stagnant water. A common misconception is that doing anything that causes a twinge of pain is harmful. While you don't want to push yourself to the point of injury, it's often okay and even beneficial to move through mild discomfort, especially if it's supervised or guided by a knowledgeable professional. Consider Ronald, 74, who had surgery on his knee following a minor accident. Initially, he was terrified of re-injuring himself. The thought of any sensation in his knee sent him into panic mode. But his physical therapist introduced him to active recovery exercises, slow, controlled movements of the knee joint, and careful stretching. At first, he felt some discomfort, yet within a few weeks, Ronald was astonished to see how much strength and flexibility he had gained. His body felt less stiff overall, and even his surgeon was impressed by how quickly he recovered his range of motion. What's the surprising insight here? When done correctly, movement is healing. By maintaining gentle circulation around your joints, you help bring in oxygen and nutrients while flushing out inflammatory chemicals that can worsen pain. A practical, actionable step is to incorporate 5-minute active breaks throughout the day. For instance, stand up, gently move your knee in a controlled arc 10 times, then slowly bend forward and reach for your toes, if you're comfortable doing so. These micro sessions add up to significant relief over time. Emotionally, active recovery fosters hope. Instead of feeling helpless and at the mercy of your pain, you discover you can actively participate in your healing journey. It's incredibly uplifting to realize that every stretch or flex you do is a vote of confidence in your body's ability to regenerate and recover. Number 6, mind over joint, harnessing the brain-body connection. This may surprise you, but your brain has a powerful role in how you experience knee pain. Pain signals aren't just mechanical responses to an injured joint. They're interpreted and sometimes magnified or diminished by your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Some seniors find that by addressing stress, fear, and negative perceptions of aging, their knee pain significantly decreases. It's not all in your head, but your head is indeed part of the equation. The misconception is that pain is purely physical. But let me introduce you to Bernice, 80, who fought knee discomfort for years. She noticed that on days when she felt anxious or depressed, her knee pain flared up more intensely. On days she felt excited, like when family visited or she had an upcoming trip, her pain seemed more manageable. Intrigued, she tried relaxation techniques such as deep breathing and visualization, imagining a soothing warmth around her knees. Over time, these mental practices, combined with some of the physical strategies we've discussed, made her discomfort much more tolerable. She still had some pain, but it no longer dominated her life. She described it as turning the volume knob down, allowing her to do more of what she loved without constant worry. The surprising truth is that your perception of pain can be shaped by your mental state. That doesn't mean you're making it up. It means you can gain some control over it. A practical step you can try is a short daily mindfulness exercise. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take slow, steady breaths. Focus on the sensation in your knees. Don't judge it, just notice it. Then visualize that area softening, loosening, and releasing tension. Even a few minutes of this practice can shift how your brain processes pain signals. The emotional benefit of this point is life-changing. Realizing that you're not helpless, that you can use your mind and emotions to influence how your body feels, can fill you with a profound sense of possibility. When you see yourself not just as a collection of sore joints, but as a whole person capable of healing, hope floods in. If you've stayed with me through all 6 points, please comment 6 below and let me know which insight felt most eye-opening. And if you haven't yet, remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can keep learning new ways to boost your mobility, health, and overall happiness. Now take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. Rethinking rest, challenging the inevitability of arthritis, feeding your joints with targeted nutrients, balancing the muscles around your knees, embracing active recovery, and tapping into the brain-body connection. These are more than just ideas. They're a holistic approach that can transform how you experience movement, aging, and life itself. Picture yourself a few weeks or months from now, rolling out of bed with minimal stiffness, or walking through your favorite park without bracing for pain. That's the future you can start building today by taking even one of these strategies and making it your own. The key is urgency. Don't file these points away with the intention of, maybe I'll try them someday. The longer you wait, the more ingrained knee pain can become, and the harder it is to reverse. But the flip side is equally true. The sooner you begin, the sooner you'll feel relief. Whether you start by focusing on nutrition, or you experiment with gentle exercises, or you practice a 5-minute mindfulness routine before bed, just start. Each day that passes is another opportunity to strengthen your knees, renew your spirit, and reaffirm your right to a comfortable, active life. Ask yourself which point resonated the most. Was it the idea that rest can sometimes be counterproductive? Or did the concept of feeding your joints certain nutrients spark your interest? Maybe it's the realization that your mind plays a huge role in interpreting knee pain. Whatever stood out to you, that's your sign. Begin there and take one small, manageable step today. Even something as simple as Standing up and sitting down a few extra times to gently work those knee muscles can lay the foundation for bigger changes. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. This community is about supporting each other, and your feedback not only helps me create better content, it also might inspire someone else who's facing the same struggles. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with someone you care about who might be dealing with knee pain. It might just open up a new world of possibilities for them too. Remember, you hold the power to change. Even if you've felt trapped by pain for years, even if past attempts to find relief have fallen short, your future can look different. Think about Sylvia, 83 years old and once locked in by pain, but now strolling hand in hand with her granddaughter. The reason her story is so powerful is that it's real. It's a testament to the fact that you're never too old, it's never too late, and your knees are not beyond hope. As you move forward, keep these 6 points in mind, make them part of your daily routine, and know that every day you try, you're stepping closer to a life that's marked by strength, independence, and joy. I'm cheering you on, and I can't wait to hear how these changes transform your life.